This video is dedicated to the memory of Billy Hinchy, 1951 to 2021. Good morning, everybody. We're going to start the week of reviews with another Beach Boys review. This time we're going to review a television special that the Beach Boys made in 1976 around the time or to publicize the release of their album 15 Big Ones, but even more to publicize the fact that Brian Wilson, after a long hiatus, was back in the band pretty well permanently for the next couple years. This special was originally called The Beach Boys It's Okay, but when I obtained it on DVD, it was called The Good Vibrations Tour. And it was written by Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, and a bunch of writers from Saturday Night Live. And actually, it was directed by Saturday Night Live's filmmaker, Gary Weiss. And one of the SNL-like sketches centers around the fact that Brian has never surfed, and Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi basically arrest him and charge him with never having surfed, and they make him surf. And it's rather corny. It's somewhat corny because knowing the backstory of this sketch, I almost look upon it as being cruel, because knowing the backstory and knowing how Brian was terrified of the water, I am extremely surprised that they made him go through this. And like I said, I almost look upon it as being cruel because he was terrified of the water. And but aside from that, most of the special is concert footage taken from the 15 Big Ones tour. Some of the songs featured on here include It's Okay, California Girls, Sloop John B, God Only Knows, Good Vibrations, and others. And the footage of Good Vibrations, I think, starts out with footage of them in rehearsal and, running through Good Vibrations, and then it transitions into a live performance of the song, which I think is cool. But one of my all-time favorite songs from 15 Big Ones and from the special is the same song, which is a song that the Beach Boys recorded with a choir, which I think is tremendous. And something else that I think is cool is that you get to see Brian and Dennis and Carl's wives and their mother Audrey, and Murray Wilson, who had been dead for a couple years up to this point. For obvious reasons, you don't get to see him, but they allude to him in a couple spots. One of the most funniest portions of this special is a performance at the piano that Brian and Dennis and Carl do a song of Brian's, I think, from 15 Big Windsor, Love You. It's a song called I'm Bugged at My Old Man. It's kind of a tongue-in-cheek, kind of jokey song. Kind of puts me in mind of some of the novelty songs they used to put on their early records, like 10 Little Indians and stuff like that. And some of this footage, some of the footage from the documentary was used in a later documentary, The Beach Boys and American Band, which we talked about in a previous video. And the difference between that footage and this footage is that you actually get to hear the interviews that Audrey gave during this time period, because I think the interview, that footage was taken at one of Brian's birthday parties, and in the American Band documentary, you can actually hear what's being said at the party versus in the It's Okay or Good Vibrations tour documentary. It's overlaid with music, and so you can't hear what's being said at the party. You can only see the footage, and so I think that's one of the things that I find cool about the American Band documentary versus the Good Vibrations / It's Okay documentary. So I think I'm going to put a link up in the cards to our review of the American Band documentary if you want to check that out too. So I hope you enjoy this. I was unable to find a concrete release date for the DVD, So I think I'm going to put the date it aired on the photo of the DVD case.